Siku gani tusiseme maneno ya kusaidisha wananchi? Katiba si ya Moi, katiba si ya Kibaki ama kwa nani? Katiba ni ya wananchi wa Kenya wote.
Nobody can stop reggae. Usituambie ati nobody can stop reggae.
Declaration is hereby made that the entire BBI process is unconstitutional.
Today, on the realms of power, we divorce on the journey of constitutional reforms since 1963. My name is Nectarius Keteru. Kenya is one of the few countries in the entire African continent running on a constitution not one passed down by the colonial powers before attainment of independence. A new one was wired and passed by the very citizens. Indeed, it was to be appreciated that the journey to the diadem move involves the intrigues of a number of choreographed, sponsored, championed for, but all falling short to the cruel fate of unacceptability by the very citizens, in exception of one in 2010 to date. A slight changeover of the supreme law happened in the year 1969. The 1963 Independence Constitution was replaced with a new text that entrenched amendments on the system of governance, broken down to change of structure of the state from federal to a unitary system, and subsequent change from a bicameral to a unicameral legislature. Occasioned by the past of what seemed to be a dictatorial system of governance by President Moi, a heated debate on the plight of the constitutional reforms was inculcated. The then President Moi, as known to be uncowed by the threats to constitutional reformists, always cut the image of a democratic-oriented leader.
I am glad to inform Kenyans that I have today attended to the bill as a sign of my commitment to political reform.
The clamor for the bill's supporters gave rise to the highly contested interest in the 2005 constitutional referendum that had been earlier dubbed the 2002 Bomas draft.
This time round, we only go to the referendum with matters that are agreed.
They act in a manner in which you think that the constitution we are going to have is going to be the way it is now. So when somebody says, I'm fighting for the territory, how do you know it will be that?
This time it was under President Mwai Kibaki, who was a proponent, whereas Raila's Liberal Democratic Party faction of government joined opposition party KANU on a no agenda that successfully brought the bill to its knees.
Jambo la maana sio lazima upende kila kitu hapo. Lazima upende 95%. Na hiyo ni mzuri. Wewe piga kura, alafu basi tuendelee.
Luckily, the agitation on a new constitution never lost tempo to as late as 2010. On 6th May 2010, it was published and subjected to a referendum on 4th August 2010. The constitution was approved by 67% of Kenyan voters after a sharp division between the leaders across the divide, with the introduction of an explosive yes and no campaign, rights accompanied by truths, lies and half-truths.
Later on, when you have another occasion to amend these things and to change all these things, you will still be able to improve on it.
And former Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka. On the other side of the table was the former Minister of Higher Education William Ruto, among others, leading the no campaign against the bill.
Ikiwa watapatiwa nafasi ya kufanya kampeni, wale wengine ambao wanasema no hata wapatiwe nafasi kufanya kampeni, si ndio? Tunataka wale wanapinga katiba, civil servants waanze kufanya.
The losing side expectedly conceded defeat.
As members of the no team, we want to thank God for giving us an opportunity and giving the people of this country the grand opportunity to participate and take part in the historic event of a referendum for a new constitution for our country.
Upon the promulgation of the constitutional reform on 27 August 2010.
I, Mwai Kibaki, President and Commander-in-Chief
shall be the new constitution of Kenya.
Things did not seem to be all the way accurate, or rather complete in the face of the leaders. March 2019 became a defining moment, with part of the ruling side coming in agreement with opposition on the popularly known handshake that saw the birth of the Building Bridges initiative, dubbed BBI document that sought to bring a new face of the constitution. Just like earlier constitutional reforms in Kenya, the bill was received on two sides of the coin, proponents and opponents, if it suits you well. The pro-handshake, comprising of Uhuru and Raila supporters, gave in for the BBI. Feeling slighted, DP Ruto's camp assumed the opposition to see that the document does not sail through. It became a battle royale that invited a number of parties on the discussion table from all walks of the society, from the employers to the labor movement, each submitting their appreciation and disagreement.
Musitishwe, leteni tuende kwa referendum. We are the majority, we are the people, we are there, we will get it. Usubuhi saina itakuwa imepita, musitishwe.
A series of high-octane popularization tours across the country was advised.
Hii gari ya moshi ya BBI ilianza safari huko Kisii, Nyanza, ikaenda huko Ingo, Kakamega, ikatoka Kakamega ikaenda Mombasa, bahari ya Chumvi, ikaenda baadaye Kitui, baadaye tukapeleka Nairobi, tukapumzisha wakati tulikuwa tunaomboleza familia yetu. Tukapeleka gari mtambo kwa workshop, wakaangalia hiyo mtambo, wakaweka mafuta, wakasema hiyo ni iko sawa sawa. Leo imefika Narok, sio? Simekuja hii gari moshi inaenda na haitaweza kusimamishwa.
And likewise was the depopularization tours that was made all through the country.
Kuna jukumu ya kuambia rais na kuambia taifa maoni yangu na ukweli ninaojua. Niliwaambia kule Bomas, hii BBI iko na shida. Yale mambo yako ndani ya hapa BBI haipeleki Kenya mbele, inarudisha Kenya nyuma. Na yale yote niliwaambia ndio mahakama imewaambia, na ndio hiyo BBI imekwama.
Leave alone the president's speeches that were flanked by the BBI proposals, even to the national holidays graced by BBI.
I am already discerning a constitutional moment, and I want to be clear, not a moment to replace the 2010 constitution, but one to improve on it. A moment that will right what we didn't get correct in 2010.
The BBI was subjected to a number of hurdles, with key among them both the High Court and the Court of Appeal issuing injunctions on the bill, terming it unconstitutional.
A declaration is hereby made that the entire BBI process is unconstitutional, null.
It is not yet a done deal for BBI until the Supreme Court renders its verdict on the bill as expected. In reference to the optics of history, only once has the country successfully gained a momentum of rewriting the face of the coin they would not only wish but experience and live up in the common good of the citizens. Mactarius Kipketer on the Realms of Power.